And that exact moment is when I actually fell for him. I'll keep my feelings to myself. Let's not give him hope. I'm sure all the millennials watching will obviously relate. And he'll just quietly listen to me all day. Ew, I look hideous. And my man hater personality started coming out. Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, hi, my name is Ashmita. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are so close to hitting 10k. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the next part as to how I said okay and all of that. So if you haven't watched that video, please go watch that and come, only then you will understand this one. So after that PT period incident happened, I went home, I spoke to him. That was our first time talking over call, and I think we spoke for around 1.5 hours. Also, I don't remember if I mentioned in the previous video, where I come from, we are actually not allowed to talk to boys. So in my house, nobody had any idea that I was talking to guys. Even my mom absolutely had no idea. I used to talk to him only when nobody was around me. I'm sure all the millennials watching will obviously relate, because we never used to save guys' name in their name. We used to save their name as a girl's name, and every few days or months I would change the name, because I didn't want anyone to get suspicious as to why am I specifically close to this girl or whatever. So after this whole incident happened, we got a little closer. So we had tuition early in the morning from 7 to 8. We used to talk a little there, and then we used to meet in school. And after coming back from school, every single day he would send me hi. I don't remember once myself going and texting him. Apart from this incident, we would chat for a little while, and after a little while he'll text me asking if I can call you, and if I'm free I would tell him yes, and then he would call me, and then we would talk for some time. And mostly in all of those conversations, I remember very well, only I'll be talking because I'm a very talkative person, and he'll just quietly listen to me all day. Anyway, after this, November comes. November is my birthday month. He was for some reason excited for my birthday, and by this time we were still friends, and he was my first guy friend who was so close to me. I mean, I had guy friends before this in 10th standard, but they were not like really close to me, and he was the first ever guy. When my birthday came, he gifted me something. He gifted me a small white teddy bear, so it was kind of a special birthday. I really liked that gesture from him. And we had Children's Day on November 14th, and we all wore color dress that day. I don't know if I was looking pretty or what. Now if I go look at that picture, I'm like, ew, I look hideous with my unibrow and all that. But I noticed Sean was looking at me a lot. After I came home, Sean texted me. I still remember his text because the grammar was wrong, and it was the first compliment he ever gave me. And he texted, "You was looking so pretty today," and the "so" had 3 O. Back then, typing like, "so" and all is a big deal, because we used to have keypad phones and not touch phones. Back then, we literally used to cut short words and text. Like, for example, "How are you?" We would text HWRU. That used to be the trend back then. So for someone to send a sentence with fully written words and extra letters was such a big deal. And this Children's Day is when he actually proposed to me as well. He told me that he loves me, and then I told him, "I don't look at you that way. I don't have any such feelings," and all that. And now cut to January. In January, we had some kind of sports thing in our school, where our school was the main or something, where a lot of other schools surrounded our town used to come to our school and have these competition and all that. And because I was the captain of the school, I had to go there every day to volunteer. And Sean also used to come because he was in sports, and he used to volunteer, or he was playing some games and all of that. And during that time, we got a little bit more closer, because that time we were allowed to speak to each other in school. If somebody asked, we would say, "We are just volunteering, I'm just giving him information, he's just giving me information," etc, etc. After this whole volunteering thing happened, I got my typhoid, and I didn't go to school for a couple of days. So every day he would come back from school, and he would check on me as to how I was doing. And all of this was very new for me, because firstly, I never had many guy friends, and secondly, for a guy to show so much interest and care for me was so new, and I genuinely started liking him a lot. So after my typhoid had gotten all right, and I started going to school again, we were starting to prep for Parents Day event. We have like a huge fest or event type of thing during Parents Day. Like, some people dance, like some people sing, act, skit, and all of that. So it's like a very big and important event for all of us. And when I went, because I went late, I had to join later. We were all preparing for the Parents Day opening choir, like me, my ex-best friend Sean, and a few more other people. We used to practice for choir every day, so we used to spend a lot of time, and that also brought me and Sean a little bit more closer, and I started liking him even more. And one more context I'd like to give is, before he romantically fell for me, before he proposed me, long before that, he used to like one of my friends, like as in he used to think she's pretty or whatever, and he used to like her, like sight types like her. I did not like that girl very much. We were friends, but I did not like like her that much. So I used to get really angry whenever he used to tell me that he likes her. Now cut to Parents Day event. I was at home getting ready to leave for the event, and while I was getting ready, me and my friend whom Sean used to like, we both got into a heated argument, and something happened between us over text, obviously, like we were not in person, and we had a very big fight. And it so happened that even Sean texted me right at that time, and what I did when he texted me was, because he used to like her before, I got so angry at him, and I took all of my anger on him, and I told things way below the belt. I was just so frustrated. I told him something and on, and I was just like, I never want to talk to you ever again. I never ever want to see your face. And he was still so patient, and he was just like, what happened? Why are you talking like this? And I was just like, whatever, I don't even want to talk to you. Then I came to school, I spoke to my friends, and my friends were all like, what is wrong with you? What did he even do? Why did you have to speak to him like that? He's such a patient guy. I don't understand. Why did you have to go talk to him like that? And I started feeling very guilty. Now after this, I needed to go search him because I wanted to apologize to him. When I picture him, I still remember this is the exact moment I fell in love with him. So I was searching for him everywhere, and then someone told me he's sitting in the staff room, because there's one teacher of ours who he is close to. So he was sitting with her in the staff room. He was not just standing in the staff room or sitting on the chair. He was sitting on the table with his legs resting on the seat of the chair. I saw him. I was walking towards him. He was just sitting quietly, and he was playing in his phone or something like that. He was sitting like this. Then as I kept walking close to him, he would have obviously noticed that someone is walking and coming towards him, and he lifted his eyes and he looked at me. The moment he looked at me, his face changed, and he looked at me with so much, like, I don't know how to say. He's so pavama. He looked at me. He was so heartbroken that I spoke to him that way. And that exact moment is when I actually fell for him, and I went there. I told him sorry and all that. And after this, we went for the choir. So in the choir, because I'm really short, I have to stand in the first line of the choir. And because he's really tall, he stands in the last line of the choir. That was the first time I told him I love you. I turned towards him. If I'm standing here, he's there. Two people are here, and then one more row in between. And then in the first row, he's standing over there. I looked at him like this, and I didn't care about anybody standing there. Said, this is how exactly I told him, and he just melted. But anyway, after the choir was over, I went to him, I spoke to him. We were spending a little bit of time. We were just walking around talking and all of that. But he didn't understand the kind of I love you I told him. He thought I'm just saying love you as a friend, but I actually meant that, I love you. Like, I like you. I would like to be in a committed relationship. Anyway, after this, regular classes started happening, and school went as usual. But I didn't see that much of a reaction from him. So what I told myself is, because I come from a Marwadi Jain family, and my family is really, really orthodox. Like, nobody has even had a love marriage in my family. It's good in a way that he didn't understand the context behind my I love you. Because now imagine if I get committed to him, how will I get married to him? My family will never accept. So I'm just gonna keep my feelings inside me. I just have one more year of school. Once school is over, I'll move to Chennai for college, and I will forget him. So just 1 year, somehow I will manage. I will keep my feelings to myself. Let's not give him hope as well. If I give him hope, and if I tell him I love you, then I have to get married to him. But if I don't have the courage to go against my family and get married to him, let's not give him hope. So I convinced myself that I'm never gonna get into a relationship with him. But he used to tell me how much he likes me, and whenever I talk to him, he would be so kind to me, and he would often tell me, I know it's only been few months since I started liking you, but the amount of love I've had for you in such little time, I've never had for anybody, and all of that. But I used to tell him the same thing, that see, my family will never accept, and I cannot go forward with this. Now school got over in May, and we had 2 months of holiday. In these 2 months of holidays, 1 month I have time to talk to him, 1 month I can't talk to him, because every May all the girls who have gotten married into some other family, they come home for holidays. And when my sister comes for holidays, I cannot talk to him much, because she gets suspicious. Why is she talking to one guy all day every day? I got caught with her when I was in 12th, after I got committed. How I got caught with her and all that, there is another story time for that. I will link it here or in the description box, so you can go see that. But this was before this. She knew Sean and I were friends, and we used to talk, but we never used to talk so often. And every May we have this small fest going on in our town, which is called Lakshadweepam, where very kuti stalls are kept in one street, and you can go shop from them. It happens from April 14th to May 14th, and it's one of the most happening things in our town. The streets get very busy and all that. And during that holiday, my sister was not here at this time, and that event usually happens very close to my house. So even when my friends come to this Lakshadweepam or something, they'll text me saying they are here, and I'll go see them. So Sean one day came with his family to this Lakshadweepam and he texted me saying, I'm gonna be here. If you're free, we can meet. And for us, it's not easy to meet because it's a small town and a girl and guy cannot meet outside. But somehow I thought I'll go see him because it's been a long time. This time we were not committed, but I really liked him a lot, so I wanted to go see him. I wore a really cute red top and a black skirt and I was looking so cute. I went and I met him and then I told him we can't stand in one place and talk, it's very risky, so we can go for a ride in your scooty. And I sat in his scooty and I just couldn't control myself. I hugged him from the back and it was the best thing ever. And he was riding the scooty so slowly and I asked him, why are you riding the scooty so slow? And he was like, if I ride fast then the ride would get over really soon. So we just went for a small ride and then we came back. He dropped me. I so badly wanted to kiss him because we were not committed and I didn't want to lead him on. I didn't kiss him, but the hug I could not control. He texted me saying it was such a beautiful ride, I loved it, I wish we could have a life like this and all of that, but I did not tell him anything. I was like, yeah, even I liked it. Anyway, after the school started and then we started seeing each other again every day. As usual, we would come home, speak to each other every day, and I started falling for him more and more because he was giving me so much importance. I've never received so much attention and importance and respect from any male in my whole life. He would make me feel so seen, so heard, so loved like I've never in my entire life. So I started liking him a lot. Anyway, now I still remember it was July 3rd, his mom's birthday. Till today, I remember his mom's birthday very well because that's the day I said okay. So he had texted me saying, I'm going out with my family for dinner, so I won't be able to text you for so long. Yes, he used to do it back then when it was not even a thing. If he's busy or if he can't text me or call me for some time, he would literally tell me I'm going to play with the boys, so I won't be able to text you for 1 hour or 1.5 hours. So he texted me saying, I'm going for dinner with my family for my mom's birthday. So if my replies are late, I'm really sorry. He used to call me my girl. What's my girl doing? Did my girl eat and all that? So when he told me that he won't be able to text me, I was like, okay, my boy. In my head, I thought if I say my boy, he will understand what I'm trying to say. So after that, he texted my boy and question mark, and I was like, yeah, my boy. Now next day when I went to school, I was waiting for his reaction because I thought he'd be really excited to see me now that I've finally said okay to him and we are going to be in a relationship and all that. But he never reacted again. He was very normal. I just absolutely lost my mind. I got so angry. I never spoke to him. Anytime he would come and talk to me, I just literally turned my face. And for some reason, I didn't speak to my best friend also that day. So we have two doors in our class, the main door and then the back door. And in between those two doors, we have all our benches. And behind the back door, there is one more row of bench and chair. Nobody uses that. When we play, we just go sit there or whatever. But during class times, nobody sits there. And I went there and I just slept off. Because now if I'm awake, I will cry and I don't want to show anybody that I'm a weak ass bitch who cries. During this time, Sean and my best friend were talking and Sean was like, I don't know why she's angry, why she's behaving this way. I didn't do anything yesterday. In fact, she texted me this and now she's behaving like this. I have no idea what I did. And he was so confused. And then my best friend came and spoke to me and she asked me what happened, why are you so angry at him. He told me this is how you ended your text. He's feeling so bad that you're not talking to him. I was sleeping like this and I looked at my best friend. I was like, I told okay to him, so I thought he'll be very excited and happy, but then he gave no reaction. And my man hater personality started coming out and I was just like, all boys are the same, never ever get committed to boys. This is what they all do. They come behind you only as long as you don't say okay. Once you say okay, they never care about you, and this is what this guy is also doing. I'm not going to talk to him hereafter. He cheated me, this and that. I just lost my mind. And then she asked me, what did you text him last? And I told him I texted this. She's like, are you mad? How will he understand? You have to go tell him properly, only then he will understand. And trust me, he's gonna be the happiest person in the world because we can all see how much he likes you, how crazy he is about you. But I was really shy, so I didn't go tell him. Anyway, school got over, we went home, and then he texted me. I texted him normally, and then he called me. As usual, he was like, can I call you? And then he called me. We were talking and he was like, why were you so angry? Did I do something? Did I say something? And I told him, I told okay to you, so I thought you'll be excited when I come to school. I was waiting for your react, but then you never reacted. You were just normal. So I can tell I have no value in your life, and that's why I was angry at you. I don't want to talk to you. And he was like, when did you say okay? And I told him, I sent you my boy, right? What does that mean? And he was like, I swear I had no idea that's what you meant. And next day when I went to school, and as usual when he came late, I saw one big smile on his face. He was so happy. And then I was also like, okay, fine, I'm not getting cheated on. And that's how we got into a relationship. What happened after this, you know the drill in the next story time. Anyway, I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.